All right, to access all of your messages in one inbox and then being able to work with those messages in Alice, so summarize them and also reply based on your assistant, your voice. What I use is the app called Beeper. It's beeper.com. And from here, you can download an app. It's free. I think there's a premium version, but I don't use it. In the free version, you can connect all of those different channels like Slack and X and LinkedIn and Instagram, WhatsApp, and everything. It will be in one inbox. So this is how Beeper works for me, and I don't want to necessarily show you all of my messages. However, in the inbox, I will have all of the messages from these different channels. And in Beeper's preferences, if you go to preferences, you can add an account, and you can add different accounts here, and this will work perfectly fine. What we want to do in order to configure Beeper for Alice is go to this developers tab in the preferences of Beeper, and here you have this Beeper MCP that you can enable. So by default, this MCP will be disabled and you will have to configure it first. In order to configure it, go to Alice's settings. So press Command K and go to settings or Command comma. And from here, navigate to the MCP section. I have Beeper connected. And what you will do is simply click on this Add Server button and provide all of the details. So basically, you will assign this to one or many of your assistants, and then you will need to set those settings up. Here you have the install section, and you can switch from Cloud Code to Streamable HTTP and SSE. And I'm going to use this Streamable HTTP. And what I need here is this exact address from here. So that one, and I'm going to grab and copy that. Let me simply show you my existing configuration for Beeper. Here we go. So you have this address here. It's the exact address from there. So don't copy it all, just the address. And then I'm not going to use OAuth 2.0, although I think it's possible somehow. Instead, I'm going to use this approved connections token. And in order to add a new token, just click on the plus button here. And once you will create new connection, you will get the key, the API key that you have to use here in the advanced configuration tab. So just click on this little arrow to reveal the HTTP headers. And in the headers, put exactly what I put here. So authorization in the first field, and in the second field, put bearer, then spacebar, and then you will paste the key that you will generate in this approved connections. Okay, so just paste the key without any additional signs, and that's basically it. So once this is done, make sure you just enable the Beeper connection. And now, as you see, it failed because it's attempting to connect the server, and I stopped the server a while ago. So make sure that also your Beeper desktop API is running. The MCP server has to be started. So I click on Start button here. Now it's running, and the port is exactly the same that I have here, just to double check. And now let's make disable and enable it. And as you can see, it's connected. So I can also enable this to start on launch, and this is what I do. And I also start Beeper on launch of my system. So basically this automatically starts, and I can use it in Alice at any time. Also, please make sure that you have an assistant linked, because if assistant is not linked, then you will have the message that this connection, this MCP is not active. So make sure you enable assistant. And now you can see that you have 10 tools available. You can preview those tools either here, and you can scroll and see their explanations. Or once the MCP is enabled, for Foxy, I've enabled it, you have to make sure that you enable tools here. So this has to be enabled. And you can see that Beeper is enabled here and connected as well. And it allows you to get accounts, to archive chats, to open, to also search for chats. And, there is some information even about how to query it, right? So the right query and the wrong queries, the use type. So I encourage you to check out those tools, read the descriptions. Once you do, and you make sure that this is working and this is enabled, you can start chatting to Alice, and you can ask Alice specifically for your messages. Please remember to use some smart models. So, for example, Claude Sonnet 4.5 is good. GPT-5 will be also a good model to use. However, GPT-5 chat might not be super intelligent to use with those MCP servers. And I recommend you to use smarter models. So if you use, for example, Claude Sonnet, and also if you want to make sure that it's using this Beeper MCP connection, you can ask, okay, what's my new messages on Beeper, for example, if it doesn't, just react to what's my new messages. Sometimes you just need to experiment a little bit, ask some simple questions, for example, what are my unread messages, then ask some more difficult questions. For example, ask Alice to summarize your latest messages, to maybe prioritize them, to categorize them into work and private, and maybe then to draft some simple responses and send out those responses. Remember that this is really cool because it's based on your assistant. So if you go to Fox's master prompt, you will see that you can customize this prompt and you can say that, okay, for this type of messages, answer that way. And you can basically add a lot of different rules in your assistant regarding your tone of voice, how you usually reply to messages and stuff like that. And even it's really nice to have some examples. For example, you can add to a master prompt, well, when someone asks me for this, I would usually reply like that. And if you give some examples of that, it will learn your voice, it will learn how to communicate. And obviously, you can also have in this master prompt some rules, whether, for example, you want to refuse all the invitations to conferences or whatever, and it will help you craft those messages pretty fast. Please remember that also you can obviously use skills. So in order to have like a specific message, like a, kindly refuse or something like this, as a prompt, this might be really useful because then you can use a skill on top of your assistant and on top of Beeper to craft the replies the way you want them. Okay, so that's it. I hope that you liked it, and I will record more tutorials like this in future. So make sure that you visit our docs, subscribe to our YouTube channel and emails, and I see you guys soon.